So in terms of key themes that I expect to see in the natural resources industry in the coming year or so, broken down on a couple of different things. Firstly, of course, COVID-19 and the efficiency of the vaccine, the return to travel, the impact clearly on oil demand in particular, and how prices recover, which then lead to further investment in supply in those key energy markets, coming out of the COVID pandemic recession will be a key driver for us in the industry. Secondly, government intervention, things like infrastructure spend, intervention on energy markets to fundamentally create jobs, support of manufacturing, how energy plays a key role there and what that intervention means will be keenly watched, of course. The global trends towards net zero 2050, and that's obviously a very live debate in Australia also. And I know every company, every one of our peers and certainly ourselves, doing a lot of work on sustainability to make sure that we can be sustainable through the cycle up to and including through 2050. So last thing really is the protectionism piece from a security, from a jobs and protectionism, from trade barriers to potential conflict will certainly be something to watch as well. So there's no shortage of things to keep us occupied from a macro perspective. Outside of our current portfolio responsibility with basically oil and gas, from a commodity perspective, what do we see as attractive? What do we think will grow? I'm a huge believer in copper. I'm a huge believer in, notwithstanding it's had a decent run, of course, coming out of COVID, the huge stimulus that are going into many economies, the cheap money available, the infrastructure build, bringing whole populations out of poverty into the middle class. I see copper as a huge beneficiary of that, and certainly very enamoured with oil and gas also. So what does it mean to be a managing director of a natural resources business? It certainly teaches you resilience and the need to be flexible, the need to be able to think on your feet as a business. So it's one thing for an individual to be adroit and to be able to think on your feet, but to move an entire company to, we were going this way, now we're going that way, and keep the team together, to keep them focused, to keep them enamoured with the growth profile that we're on whilst dealing with these myriad of issues is quite a trick. And it does teach you resilience, and it does teach you certainly flexibility also. So from that point of view, it's certainly a complicated thing to do. And I guess the last thing really is anticipating change. Just as COVID-19 has taught us, just as the recession that we came out of pretty quickly, and we seem to be recovering fairly well, certainly faster than I originally anticipated, it teaches you to really look down the road and look around the corner to what's coming and be prepared for even what you thought might not be possible.